What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. We're going to be doing this video starting off with a cold start of Mr. Clean. We're going to be getting that thing fired up and ready to go. Pull it on over to the barn. That way we can get some new parts installed on this thing and just be a little bit closer to the tools. Do not forget that Nasty Red is up for grabs, and right now 25 times entries are live. So yes, for this last week, and it is the last week to enter to win this truck, plus a Western commercial grade plow, which I'm going to try to show you here in a little bit here in the video, plus $5,000 cash, is all going to go to one lucky winner. And all you got to do is go to lmpgear.com. You can buy a coat like this, a hat like this, or a shirt like the one that I have on now, which, although it's going to be kind of hard to fill my back, but it's got a big picture of Nasty Red, a big like cartoon photo style image of Nasty Red on the back. It's pretty stinking sweet. Go grab something and get entered to win this truck. You've only got 7 days left, and 25X is your best deal of the entire giveaway to get entries towards winning that truck. Somebody's got to take it home, might as well be you. Man, this thing does look so stinking good in the snow, but I do want to start this thing up. I'm not too concerned about it starting up. It's going to start up pretty stinking easy. The grid heater on this thing works flawlessly. Thing literally starts like a dream. Now you can't even see the freaking cab lights because they're buried in snow. It was like 45 degrees, sunny, green grass. I was actually even considering mowing again that day. Within an hour, we just get hammered with snow, and then it's going back up to like 45 degrees today. So yeah, interesting, but we should have green grass by the end of today. And definitely consider leaving a thumbs up and a comment down in the comment section below if you have been enjoying the new style of video. You know, you've got to be wondering, when you're filming by yourself and you're trying to get shots of a truck rolling by or pulling out, you've got to be getting out and running back and forth and trying to make up all these little camera angles that make it seem like there's more than just you there. But when you're by yourself, it's really just you. And that's why I'm looking for a camera person, because it would just make the filming quality so much better and so much more entertaining if I could get so many other little clips and shots that'll just top off the content. I'm really hoping I can bring that to you guys here soon. Today's first step with this truck and the first piece of the content is going to be switching out these mirrors. These mirrors are 4th gen style with these corner amber LED lights. However, the lens is kind of like falling apart a little bit. They're intact, but they are falling apart a little bit, and there's a lot of condensation, a lot of moisture on the inside. The power on this one totally functions side to side, up, down, and everything. On the other side, however, the motor is having some issues. So when you take the knob and you're trying to adjust it, it'll go out and it'll go up, but it will not go down or it will not go in. That's kind of a problem, and if you can't adjust your mirror and you go down the road and you have blind spots and stuff and your motor just stops working and you can't adjust it to where you need, let's say you're hauling a trailer, you're trying to find something in your blind spot, and it's a problem. It's just not a good idea. So I had mentioned that in my video. I said, hey, I got these 4th gen mirrors on this truck and they look really good, but they're not like perfect. Well, Boost Auto Parts actually took it upon themselves and got a hold of me. We worked together on a vehicle a couple years ago, I think, or at least over a year ago, and they saw the video and they called me up and they said, hey, we heard you have some slight complications with the set of mirrors that are on your truck. How about we send you a way freaking better set of mirrors, show them what a real high quality mirror looks like and how a real high quality mirror functions. Just see what the people think. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna show you guys a high quality set of mirrors. Let's get into the box here and let's see what we got to work with. And I know the traffic around here, the noise, it's kind of annoying. We're trying to work on that, as I've mentioned, on and off in the last month or so. We are trying to relocate, and so that we actually have a full shop with a lift. Boost Auto Parts, they didn't actually tell me to make sure I brag about the mirrors being great. All they said was, hey, we saw you needed a set of mirrors, so we're just gonna send you a set, enjoy them, thanks. And I was like, cool. I added on the little, we'll show them a real high quality mirror part, just because I thought they might get a kick out of that. Even the packaging on this is crazy, like crazy secured and foam pattern and all that stuff compared to like some of the other stuff that I bought in the past from other companies. Look at the thickness of that foam just to pad the side. And then they have these crammed on the sides of the mirror to make sure it doesn't shake or bang around in there at all. I mean, that's crazy. These are pretty freaking cool. So here's the corner, smoky chrome corner with the LED, the amber LED lights. There's the mirror. They are, of course, power, but then they've also got the heated function as well. So they are heated mirrors, which this truck was equipped with from factory, so that works out perfect. And then that rattling you hear, that's just this plate that's on the end here. It's just loosely on there. But very, very freaking cool looking. Keep in mind, guys, if you want to check out boostautoparts.com, there's actually a link down in the description below. The installation process of these mirrors, first thing you're going to want to do is take out any of the screws that you need to remove the door panel. There's going to be 2 in your door handle on these Dodges. There's going to be 1 right up here above your mirror adjusting knob right there. And it couldn't hurt to have some new door clips on hand so that if there's any that are loose and they can't really be reused, you have new ones to make sure that this door panel's snug when it goes back in. Push your door lock down, pop it up over, and just slowly go around. They do sell tools to pop these things out to be safe, to try not to break them, but if you have to buy more door clips, they're pretty cheap. Got to remove your power mirror wiring, and then you got to remove your power switches if you have them, which most of you probably will. And this step is actually a lot easier if you can roll your window down. And then before you take your mirror off, you want to undo your wiring. My wiring here is a little bit different, and I'm going to make some changes to it, but I'll show you what I'm working with here. Here's the old mirror. There's a wiring for the old mirror. New mirror from Boost Auto Parts. And here's the wiring connections that come with their mirror. I don't know what brand that other mirror is. So now I'm going to talk to you guys about the wiring now that I got the mirror out, which, by the way, actually, let me show you that now that I got it up. You can see how the mirror sits here. Nice and flushly mounted there. Nice and flushly fit along the bottom, all the way around. No gaps, no nothing. Here's that smoky chrome, amber LED, corner light, super tight, snug fit. Nothing's loose, nothing's cheaply put together, unlike this one. You can see all the gaps and how the light kind of wobbles around and creaks and stuff. Anyways, so here's the wiring that comes off of this. Now, the other mirror did already have some wiring that was put together. Now, the wiring is switched by like you pulling this knob out and then them turning on like your corner lights, your cab lights, all that stuff comes on when you pull that knob out just to the first setting. Now, that's what you want to have this hooked up to. If it were me, you know, you can probably do this however you want, but for me, that's what I would do. There's a few different ways you can do it. You can probably get some like add-on connections that you can add to your fuse panel in here and add your power wires to a switched 12-volt source in your fuse panel. You could run it to a switched 12-volt source that's in the fuse panel under the hood probably, or you could just run it to where your wiring goes from here, run it down through the door hose, run it out through the engine bay, and you can hook it up to your daytime power wire that goes to turn on like your corner lights here, which there's different ways you can do that. All you'd have to do is run wiring in a clean manner, running out to the engine bay, through the engine bay here, pop the headlight out, and use the power wire going to your corner signal here, not your major, because your major's for flashing, unless that's what you only want them to be for. I would just keep them more as a daytime light for me personally, but you can just hook it to your power wire going to the corner lights here if you want, tap it in with a clean connector that can just clamp on over there to run that power, and then your ground you can just run to any ground on the vehicle, and you should be good. I, however, do not need to do that in today's video though. I just wanted to explain what you would want to do ordinarily, and that's how you would get your power to the wiring here. But for the trucks that don't have a harness and wires already ran, they make connectors with a bunch of wiring to run them pretty much wherever you need to reach to be able to get that power ran up here, so you can just plug it into your mirror. That way you're not like splicing wires and stuff and having to make your own wiring at home. So like I was saying before I was rudely interrupted by chickens, ordinarily you would use their wiring harnesses that come with to be able to run from right here where you need to connect it to your mirror to get that corner light to work, to run it wherever you want to run it on the truck to get that switched 12-volt lighting for your daytime lights. or turning signal, that's up to you. I'm gonna run this one for daytime, just running lights, but since I don't need to run it all the way through the engine bay or into the cab or whatever, since I already got wiring ran, that seems to be nicely done. I'm just going to cut off as much as I need with a little bit of extra and then connect into the wiring that's already ran to it, and then have that proper connection for the new style of connector, which is what comes with the Boost Auto Parts mirrors to make the lights on those mirrors function. And that is a good looking mirror right there. You shouldn't have to do this, assuming all your mirror wiring worked before. But before I install everything, I'm going to make sure my power for the mirror adjustment works, which it does perfectly. Step 2 of this video, now that we've got the mirrors in, which I will overview in just a moment, we're going to be changing out the tail lights on this truck with some, we're going to guess, smoked tail lights. Yes, yes, more smoke, give us all the smoke. That's what we're here for. Look at that. Sweet. So let's get these things opened up, thrown into the truck. New taillights are in and they look freaking perfect. I also like that LED strip that they have along the bottom for the turning signals as well. It's a daytime strip, or it also has a dual function as an additional turning signal in the rear. Looks freaking awesome. I didn't want to do a time lapse of the installation of taillights because it's super simple, but if you do want to pick these up, I mean, you can see they do look super sick. Some of the best taillights that I've come across to use on these second gens for aftermarket ones that seem to always work, and they're about $140 I think it was that I paid for these. Really nice for an LED setup if you like that smoked black look. I'll leave a link down in the description below so you guys go pick a set up. They should be good for pretty much any 1500, 2500, 3500 second gen 94 to 02. They should fit just fine, and they're super plug and play. And another huge shout out to Boost Auto Parts for supporting the channel and sending in those mirrors. They did not have to do that, and they totally just did that on their own initiative. I didn't reach out to them. They just called me and said, hey, we saw that you are having some issues with the other mirrors. We got a much better set for you. Just give us an address and we'll hook you up. Totally awesome company. Great, great, great customer service. And if you guys are interested in checking out any of the mirrors or accessories or other items that they sell on their site, definitely check them out. They're high quality products. They're a high quality brand. And there's a link to their website down in the description below. My camera died right in the middle of filming a clip of the mirrors and taillights we got on the truck, but it's all good. I think I got just about the amount of footage I wanted before it shut off on me. I'm actually going to show you the Western Plow that comes with this truck when you win it, just because I haven't showed it to you guys in a long time, and I think some of you might like to see the Plow. It's pretty heavy duty. Yeah, so we pulled over here, actually just washed it up the best that I could using just water and towels. But here's actually the Western Plow that comes with Nasty Red to the winter, and it's pretty freaking heavy duty. My dad got it pre-owned. I mean, it's heavy freaking duty. He's used it a handful of times, but we never get usually enough snow where we're at to just leave it hooked up to the truck pretty much all winter. I mean, it gets hooked up and taken off every now and then because we just don't get to use it that much where we're at. But I mean, everything functions as it should perfectly, and all the harnesses are already hooked up to the Plow and the truck, so it's just plug and play. I mean, you just pull the truck right up to this, it locks in, pull the pins or whatnot, hook it up with the harness, and then there's a remote that you just plug in under the dash where we already have the wiring there ready for it, and then there you go. You're ready to use your Plow, make some money, or just take care of your own street, maybe your own properties, drives, or what have you, or just help some family members out. Or maybe you don't want it, or you're not going to be able to use it where you live and you just want to sell it. And if that's the case, you might want to do it up north. I don't know really like a whole lot about plows, so I don't really know like what functions or features you guys would want to see the most. I just thought I'd show you the plow that it is. That is going to be a wrap on this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I just wanted to show you that plow here at the end because I don't think I've showed it to you guys since this giveaways went live. But don't forget, if you guys want to get 25 times entries right now, this is the highest entry deal of the giveaway, and it is back for this last week, and then it is going to be gone along with the giveaway on January 7th. That is the last day to enter this giveaway, and as your last day to get 25x entries towards winning this truck. That plow I just showed you in $5 grand. This is a low mileage, 150,000 mile, compound turbo, 12-valve Cummins, fully built towing transmission. This thing is a workhorse monster, and everything on it works. The cruise, all the buttons on the wheel, all the buttons in the dash. I mean, everything works on this truck, which is kind of hard to find on these anymore because when they get older, things just start to break down. And not everybody is very maintenance savvy and keeps up with making sure everything continues to work. So everything on this thing works, and it is ready to go to a new owner, to a new home, to either get put to work or just driven on the pavement like a princess every once in a while, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. So head on over to the store, grab something you like, and check out, get entered to win this thing because time is ticking. It's got to go to somebody. Might as well be you. Peace.